Hello everyone, I'm Rupeshri from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. Today I'm here to talk about computer networks. Today I'll be giving a review on a research paper. This research paper is about computer networking given by Sankalita Porter and Debrupa Pal. First topic of our today's research paper is abstract. The primary purpose of a computer network is to share resources. A computer network is based on a client server if at least one of the nodes is used to serve other nodes called clients. Client server architect came into existence where still the burden is there on the server machine. This paper describes how the concept of distributed computing came into existence based on the advantages and disadvantages that rose in earlier networking computing concepts. There are many distributed processing like LAN, WAN, MAN, WLAN, and topology. Next, let's move on to introduction. A network is a set of devices often referred to as nodes. A node can be a computer, printer, or any other device that is able to send or receive data from other device or other nodes on a network. Networking enhances communication among two or more programs operating on physically remote machines. The link that connect the devices are referred to as communication channels. Network use distributed processing, a group of computers exchanging information by common etiquette is known as protocols in the communication medium. The computer network is merely computers connected together through wires that permit them to share data, or school consisting of a local area network or computers connected through LAN. You can see the diagram of LAN. And then we have type of network architectures. Peer-to-peer networks are more frequently applied from less than 10 computers are present or where stringent security is not essential. All computers have identical status and they perform transmission on an identical footing. Files can be shared over the network, and all the computers on the network can share devices such as printers or scanners, which are connected to any one computer. So, this is the usual peer to peer networks where you can use at homes or in a small office where two, three members work like that. Next, we have client server networks. Client server networks are more appropriate for extensive networks, like in a company. A central computer or a server serves the storage location for files and applications shared on the network. Generally, the server is higher than the average performance computer. The server also regulates the network access of the other computers, which are known as the client computers. Next, let's move on to components of a network. Computer network consists of the following constituents: a minimum of at least two computers, cable that interconnects the computers, although wireless communication is becoming more popular, a network interface device or network interface card on every computer, NIC. A switch is used to switch the data from one point to another. Hubs are obsolete network of operating system software. Okay, next, let's move on to types of networks, as components of networks are very simple, which has to be in every computer. Every network should have these basic amenities. So the types of networks are: the network can be divided based on the geographical regions and fall into broad categories. Local area network is like, for example, like for a college or for an institute or for a single company. Wide area networks is like for a city where there are different colleges together having a single network is called as WAN. Metropolitan area network is for like a state, like two, three states interconnected, like that. A local area network formally normally restricted to specific location, such as a floor, a building, or some other small region. By being restricted, it is feasible in the majority of cases to employ only one transmission medium, cabling. The technology is cost effective to implement that WAN because of small area coverage. And generally, higher speed is obtained. They are widely used to interconnect personal computers and workstations in office and factories for resource sharing. Next, let's move on to common physical topologies. There are four, five types of topologies: a bus topology, a ring topology, star, mesh, cellular, circular. Physical and logical topologies can take various forms. The most frequently used and most important are understanding the Ethernet and token ring topologies. So let's go to the bus topology. Bus topology is one of in which all the devices are connected to a common shared cable. In the topology, one long cable is known as backbone. Computers, workstations, and servers are attached directly to the backbone of the usage of terrestrial microwave connectors. After the signal is passed from all the devices, the backbone is terminated at the end of at both the ends. It is one of the oldest types of topology. This is a failure model. So next we'll go on to the new topology. And next, we'll go to ring topology. Ring topologies are wired in a circle. Each device includes a receiver and a transmitter and acts as a repeater. That sends the signal to the next device into a ring. Sing, since the signal is generated at each device, there is less signal degeneration. The ring topology came into existence after some time span. The disadvantages of bus topology is removed in ring topology, but this is also a failure model. Ring topologies are ideally suited for token passing access techniques. Through this, we get to know that bus and ring topologies were a failure models. Now let's go to the next page of this research paper. Next, we have star topology. You can see the ring topology figure also here. In star topology, a central device is used to with cables expanding in all directions. Each network device is connected via point-to-point link. In the central device, known as a hub or a multi-port repeater or a switch. Moreover, star topologies can be nested within other stars to form a tree or a hierarchical network topologies. In star topology, electrical or electromagnetic signals travel from networked devices up to its drop cable. To the switch, from there, the signal is sent to other networks. The disadvantage of bus topology and ring topology are removed in star topology. It is commonly used and accepted model. A LAN with a star topology is depicted in the below diagram. So here we know that bus topology and ring topology had some issues, had some disadvantages, which is covered by the star topology, which has been overcome by the star topology. Hence, it is a successful model. And then next, we can go to mesh topology. A mesh topology has a point-to-point connections between each device in the network because each device needs an interface for every other device on the network. Mesh topologies are not usually considered practical. However, mesh networks extremely fault tolerant. Each link provides guaranteed capacity. Cellular technology. A cellular technology blends wireless point to point and multi point strategies for dividing a geographic area to cells. Like you like our geographic area is divided into countries and then states, cities, just like that, here into cells. Each cell portrays a part of an entire network in which a specified connection operates. Devices inside the cell intercommunicate with the central station or switch. Next, let's move on to wide area network. That's what when I explained in the starting what wide area network is. It is basically a network for a wide area, like three or two institutes in a city, like in one part of the city. Like towards the north, there are some 10 institutes all together forming a network is called wide area network. This is just an example. So let's see what's in it. A wide area network connects a large geographical area, usually a country or continent, that connects numerous connected lands that can be isolated by geographical distance. In majority of WANs, a network consists of various cables or telephone lines, each one connecting a pair of routers. If two routers do not share a cable, wish to communicate, they must do it indirectly. On personal computers, modems are used to communicate indirectly with other computers. WAN connecting two different networks is depicted in the next figure. Next, we have Metropolitan Area Network. Metropolitan Area Network is basically a major version of LAN on the same technology. It can include a group of nearby corporate offices or a city, maybe either private or public. On the other hand, MAN is a network running throughout metropolitan area such as backbone of phone service center. A MAN just as one or two cables, it does not contain switching elements. Next, we have wireless networks like laptops, we have new notebooks, digital notebooks, iPads, rapidly growing sector of computer industry. Our mobile phones, our laptops, our tabs, iPads, very majorly growing. Users are connect with machine to their office lands to see the data when they are out from the office, since the wired connection is not possible. Except that its connection to the outside world happens to be radio link inside of the wired line. Various types and forms of communication links. These are different communication links we're going to talk about next. Fiber optic cable, very commonly used. Twisted pair wired copper cable. Twisted pair copper wire is usually used, it is actually surrounded with a plastic medium where it should, because we don't have to have direct connection with the electricity. Most of you would have seen that. Coaxial cable, wireless local area links, Bluetooth, for example, satellite channels. These are the few communication links we can use. Internet protocol is our next topic. The Internet protocol was developed for solving the problem of scaling with Ethernet and for supporting other types of LANs like point-to-point links. IP provides universal technique for addressing and routing in order that packets can be delivered from one host to another host. IP addresses are 4 bytes. 32 bits and are part of IP header that generally follows the Ethernet header. And we have a table that has type and range of class. Class A has address range from 0 to 126. Class B has 128 to 191. Class C has 120, 192 to 223. Class D has 224 to 239. And Class E has 240 to 254. So there are total 254 address ranges. 255 address ranges as we consider from 0 to 254. So next, let's go move on. Okay, then we come to conclusion. Computer communication will become a much far beneficial networking tool when large numbers of people with similar interests acquire access to the technology, though it can accelerate the formation of new interpersonal networks by overcoming the space and time barriers faced by traditional networking techniques. And here are a few references that have been chosen to write this research paper. The person who has written this research paper has taken reference from 14 other people, 14 other journals, which is a great thing. Now let's move on. This is the summary given by myself. The paper I've read, I've given a review. This is the summary I have learned from this paper. The document is a review of computer networking, primarily focusing on explaining various aspects of network architecture, configurations, and types. It introduces key concepts such as client server and peer to peer networks, highlighting their uses and differences. It also details various components of a network like network interface devices and switches, and dwells into types of networks such as LAN, WAN, and MAN. Additionally, the paper discusses different network topologies: bus, ring, star, mesh, cellular, and others. Network protocols like IP and communication links. It concludes with an overview of OSI model, which defines 7 layers of a network communication aimed at streamlining troubleshooting and improving flexibility in network design. Thank you.